There are two methods, two long-term methods, that those who want vengeance have used to get the public behind them. Actually, there are more than two, but I'll talk about three. I'll mention three. I won't discuss them for very long. One method is by failing to educate the people of this country. That's a long-term method. By failing to teach them about the founding of this country, by failing to teach the vast majority of students how to think, how to reason, and how to understand what the importance of foundational law really is. Another method they've used is by separation, by sowing discord, by sowing racial discord, by sowing class discord especially. I mean, you hear our president and our legislators talk about taxing the rich. The rich, because according to them, the rich deserve to be taxed. You deserve their money. Now, I heard Rush Limbaugh the other day talk about the word deserve being used a lot in advertising. That word deserve is a scary one, because from a Christian point of view, there's only one thing that we all deserve, and that's death. However, those of us who accept Jesus Christ get life. We get grace. We receive grace. Even those of us who don't are the beneficiaries of this life and this grace. Even through association with those who do accept that, and even being a part of this country, because I believe, and I'm not the only one, I believe that this country has been blessed by God because it used God's law as a foundational tool, not as the law of the land, but as the foundational tool, because God's law, God's foundation, first of all, is a foundation with freedom mixed therein. And in spite of the imperfections of man, God looked down and bestowed its grace on this country. And however, if we repudiate that on which this country was founded, that natural law, that biblical law, I believe, I don't know, but I believe we will lose God's blessing. We will lose His grace. And I think that that's what many of us are trying to avoid, are trying to sound the alarm about. There's this concept called fidelity. Now, when we think of fidelity, we think of covenants. Covenants made, promises made between a man and a woman and God, meaning marriage. And I don't care what you say, marriage is between a man and a woman and God. Now, when we think of fidelity's opposite number, unfaithfulness, untrueness, dishonor, we generally think of physical infidelity, of sex. But the truth is that physical infidelity is the tiniest symptom of the larger infidelity that started far sooner than the sex did. That infidelity started in the heart and in the head, or in both places. Jesus Christ Himself said, "You've heard it said that thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks upon another and with lust in his heart has already committed adultery." There are other types of covenants to which the concepts of fidelity and infidelity may be applied. There's a covenant between a people, their government, and God. this point, our government has been very unfaithful to us. It seeks to insert itself in places that it doesn't belong. Mainly those places are our bank accounts, our pocketbooks, and the bank accounts and pocketbooks of the financial institutions of this country. And what we seek to do is to sound the alarm to stop it. Now, I'm not advocating for a divorce between this country, this government, and its people. What I think we all seek to do, what the thousands and I dare say millions of people who are part of the Tea Party movement seek to do, is to intervene in the marriage between this people and its government. To say, this marriage can be fixed, but the government must learn to be faithful again, must learn to honor the partner, the other partner again. As it is, our government is seeking to do something that is not new, but is very old. It is seeking to enslave its citizens. This time, not with race or national origin as a basis, but as an indiscriminatory means of gaining power over all. It's much bigger than the old school slavery, the old type of slavery, the old style slavery. It's much bigger than that. I think that conservatives, Democrats, blacks, whites, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, mixtures of whatever, all of the above and then some, who are also Americans, can all agree that we want to remain free, as God has granted to us. Thank you.